My son told me he wanted another man to be his father. And when he came back years later, I
People
closed
think
the
my life
door.
fell apart when my marriage ended, but that's not where the story begins. It started the day I first held my son, Brian. I was 20, broke, and scared, but I swore I would never abandon him like my own father abandoned me. His mother, Rachel, and I weren't in love, but we got married anyway. I wanted to do the right thing for our child. For years, I worked construction by day and studied at night, trying to build a better life for us. Rachel complained constantly, comparing me to richer men. But Brian, he was my whole world. He left me with that pure, unconditional love only a child can give. We had our fishing trips, our homemade treasure hunts, our movie nights. He was my anchor, my reason for everything. Then one day, I came home to find Rachel with her coworker, Mark, in our kitchen. He was drinking from my Father's Day mug. They'd been seeing each other for 6 months. She didn't even apologize. She just shrugged and said, "We've been unhappy for years." The divorce was quick and cold. Soon after, she met Nathan, a wealthy real estate heir who gave her the luxury she always craved. Suddenly, Brian's weekends at my small apartment seemed dull compared to jet skis, home theaters, and trips to Cape Cod. My son started slipping away. First, he canceled weekends. Then, he stopped answering my calls. Rachel just said, "He's growing up." Then, her lawyer delivered the final blow. Brian wants Nathan to adopt him. I refused. I demanded to see my son. We met in a conference room. He was dressed in expensive clothes, looking so much older than 9. I asked him if this was what he really wanted. He looked me in the eye and said the words that still haunt me. "I want Nathan to be my dad." He's better at it. He didn't call me dad. He called me Boris, like I was a stranger. My hands were shaking as I signed the papers, terminating my parental rights. Not because I wanted to, but because my son asked me to. A part of me died that day. The years that followed were a blur of alcohol, lost jobs, and sleeping in my car or in shelters. I nearly drank myself to death. One night, an off-duty MT found me and saved my life. That was rock bottom. Rehab, AA meetings, and therapy followed. It was a long, brutal climb back. I started taking small construction jobs, slowly rebuilding my life, one painful day at a time. And then, when I least expected it, I fell in love again. Her name was Sophia, a pediatric nurse with the kindest heart. She had a son, Leo, who was wary of me at first. But one night, he looked up at me and said, "You're not my dad, but can we be friends?" That little boy saved me in that moment. Sophia and I got married. Leo became my son in every way that mattered. Then we had Gabriel, and then Laura. I had a family again. A real one, built on love and respect. But the past wasn't finished with me. One day, a call came from Rachel's sister. Rachel had passed away from cancer. And suddenly, the son who had erased me from his life wanted to talk. I couldn't breathe. He had chosen another man, another life. Now that it had fallen apart, he wanted a do-over. I didn't answer. 3 weeks later, my doorbell rang. It was Brian, a grown man now, who looked so much like me. He said, "Hi, I'm Brian. I'm your son." I swallowed hard. "No," I told him. "You made your choice when you were 9. You wanted Nathan." He flinched. "I made a mistake," he said. "Mom lied." Nathan left. I replied, "Children make decisions, and decisions have consequences." I closed the door in his face. I then warned my family, if anyone let him back into my life, they were out too. It sounds harsh, but they knew what I'd been through. My own sister betrayed that trust. She let Brian in, told him everything about my collapse and recovery. He then used that information to try and sabotage my new life, sending anonymous messages to Sophia and trying to turn my own children against me. My son Leo, loyal and strong, confronted him. "You almost destroyed him once," he told Brian. "You won't do it again." Brian kept trying to force his way back in, but it was clear he didn't want me. He wanted redemption for himself. Years have passed. My construction company is thriving. My children are happy. My wife and I are stronger than ever. I am whole. Brian, I hear, is still struggling. I truly wish him well, but he is not my family. People say I should forgive him, that he was just a kid. But they didn't live my hell. Forgiveness for me meant closing the door forever to protect the peace I fought so hard to build. My peace, my family, my healed life. That is my truth. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away. Thanks for listening.